Good morning, everybody. We are solving one-step equations again. Today we are going to solve a bit more. We're going to do a couple more and give you guys some more practice with separating different sides. Once again, this is all things that we have done before. This is not new content. So if you're having an easy time with this, great. All right, that means that you have got the concept, and this review is just a little bit extra practice for you. All right. So, okay, this time we're going to do it with two-digit numbers. Okay, so we're still doing addition and subtraction, but this time the addition and subtraction is going to be a bit harder because in real life you're going to see more than just one-digit numbers. You're going to see two-digit, three-digit, four-digit numbers. You need to know how to put those in a calculator or how to do them by hand. So, let's take a look. Once again, I'm going to do the middle row, and you guys can do these left and right rows just as your extra practice. So step one, we are going to draw a line separating the two sides. Now remember, we need to get this variable, the letter, alone. We'll call it grumpy H. H does not want any numbers next to it. Okay, so we need to get rid of this plus 16. To get rid of a plus 16, we have to take the opposite. The opposite of plus 16 is minus 16, subtracting 16. Okay, so that is going to cancel out the 16s. All right, if we do it to one side, we need to do it to the other. So we take 30 minus 16. Okay, when I put this in my calculator, it's going to give me 14. Next thing I do is I drop down my H. Okay, and we have H equals 14. All right, let's come down to this next one. All right, you can see again we have grumpy D. He wants to get rid of another plus 16. Okay, so we're gonna subtract 16 just like we did here. That cancels that out. We do it to one side, we do it to the other. Okay, let's take away 46 minus 16. Okay, all right, now how to do this? All right, if we're doing it by hand, okay, we'll do it one at a time. So 6 minus 6, okay, that is 0. 4 minus 1 is 3, so we get 30. All right, now I forgot to draw my line. Make sure you draw this line so you know what each side of the equal sign is. You drop your D down, and D equals 30. All right, down here, first thing, we draw our line, separate the sides. We need to get P alone, so we need to get rid of plus 26. The opposite of plus 26 is minus 26. Okay. All right. We do the same thing over here, minus 26. All right. Now, if we're doing this by hand and not by the calculator, this is going to be one we're going to need to borrow. Okay. So if we're doing 4 minus 6, well, you can't take 6 from 4. If I have 4 apples, I can't give you 6. Okay. So I've got to come over to the tens. I've got to borrow a 10. So if I borrowed a 10, I had 5 tens, now I have 4. Okay? And then if I add a 10 to a 4, I get 14. Okay? So now I have 14 apples. I can give you 6. Okay? If I give you 6 of my apples, I have 14. That's going to leave me with 8 apples. Okay? All right, now back over here, we can do the tens now. 4 minus 2 is 2, so 28. Over here, these cancel. I drop my P. P equals 28. Okay, so you see how we just borrowed a 10 because we needed to give some, okay, for this bigger number down here. We only do that when the top number is smaller than the number we're trying to subtract. All right, down here we have T, and we've got a plus 5. Opposite of plus 5 is minus 6. Or, I don't know why I put 6. Minus 5, okay, minus 5. So these cancel out. Minus 5 over here, okay. We're going to drop my T. 28 minus 5. If I put this in my calculator, it's going to give me 23. Okay, so T equals 23. So you see a one-step problem, okay? Once you get the steps, guys, it should be easy. Okay, the hardest part is the arithmetic. That is the actual subtraction or addition that happens on this side. Okay, if you have a minus 5 here. To get rid of minus 5, you have to plus 5. So you'll have to add 5 to this, okay? To get rid of minus 20, you'll have to plus 20, that kind of stuff, okay? You do that by either, like I told you, all right, using this method right here, or you can use your calculator, or there's a few other ways. Whatever, you can use tens blocks, whatever you are comfortable with for adding and subtracting. Remember, these are 2-digit numbers, so sometimes you'll have to borrow when you're subtracting. Okay, like right here we're subtracting, we had to borrow. Keep that in mind. All right, guys, have a good day. Guys, so today we are going to be taking the angles, okay, of triangles, finding the missing angle. Okay, we did this for quadrilaterals, now we're going to do it for triangles. I'm going to walk us through the odds, okay, and you guys can do the evens as extra, okay? Try to do each one of these before I tell you, okay? Try it before you watch the walkthrough. That way you can see what you were doing wrong, what you get, what you don't get, okay? So make sure you're trying these worksheets before you watch these videos, okay? Try and see what you can remember, because this is all stuff we've done before. All right, so to find the remaining angle, you're going to add up the ones you do know, just like quadrilaterals, subtract them from 180. So unlike quadrilaterals, which add up to 360, triangles add up to 180. 180 degrees is the sum of the interior angles for a triangle, just like 360 was for four-sided shapes. So for this one, you can see it gives us 60 degrees, and it gives us this one. Well, you might say, Mr. Alt, there's no number here. Well, we know that this little box means 90, so it really does give you a number, 60 and 90. Okay, so all we have to do is we have to add up 60 and 90, which gives me 150. All right, and then we're going to subtract this 150 from our 180. 180 is all three of these together, okay? No matter what this is, it has to equal 180. So we subtract 150 minus 180, or 180 minus 150, and we'll get 30. So 30 degrees is our missing angle. So you see how, just like quadrilaterals, we take the two we do know, and we subtract that from our sum, which is 180. Okay, so you guys can see how it's important to know the sum of the angles. What is a sum? Sum means when you add everything up, what do you get? Okay, so we know that when we add all this up, we have to get 180. And that is what lets us find the missing angle. Okay, all right, let's come down here. Here we have, okay, number 3, 56 and 66, okay? 56 and 66. So what we have to do is we have to add 56 plus 66. Okay, I do that in my calculator. 56 plus 66. And I'm going to get 122. Okay, so this is what I do know. I know 122. Okay, now all I have to do is plug in 180 minus 122. 180 minus 122. And that equals 58. So my angle, my missing angle A, is 58 degrees. See that little degrees sign? Okay, that's how we say degrees. So all I did, pretty easy, guys. I added up the angles I do know, 56 plus 66. Okay, that gave me 122. And then I took 180 minus 122, and that gave me 58. That's my answer. Okay, so it's the same as quadrilaterals, only instead of 4 sides, you're doing 3 sides, okay? And instead of 360, the sum of the angles is 180. Okay, all right, over here we have 62 plus 49, okay? So you can see the two I do know are 49 and 62. Is this a 62? Oh, it's an 82. Okay, so 82. You can see Mr. Alt's eyes are going. Okay, okay. So we have 82 plus 49. All right, and that is 131. So the ones we do know are 131. We know that the sum of all of them has to equal 180. So we take 180 minus 131. we get 49. Okay, so 49 is my missing angle here. Okay, 49 is that D. 49 degrees. See that little unit I put there? All right. Last one we're going to do for the walkthrough. Okay, you can do all of these, okay, especially if you're mowing through them. Go ahead and do them all. We know 32 and 116. Those are the two that we do know. Now, we would not know how to find this one if we did not know the sum of the angles, okay? But we know that all these three of these angles have to equal 180. So we take 32 plus 116, and that equals 148. So now I take the sum of those angles, 180, and I'm going to subtract the ones I do know, 148. So 180 minus 148, and that's going to give me 32. Okay, so my T, angle T, is 32 degrees. All right, so steps we used. We take the angles we do know, we subtract those from the sum of all angles, okay? The sum of all the angles for a triangle, and that gives us a missing angle as our remainder, okay? All right, because if these are the ones you do know, in order for them to add up to 180, you need to add 49, okay? So 49 is our angle. All right, go ahead and try these for the ones down here, okay, for those evens, all right, and see how you do. Have a good day, guys. Hey guys, it's Mr. Alt. Did you enjoy that video? You finished your work for the day and wish there was just something else you could do? Our Microsoft Teams page, available on your computer or on your phone or tablet, and come to the left and click Enrichment Opportunities, and there's lots of extra things here for acting, art, science, history. You'll see our Jeopardy games, lots of fun stuff to do if you finished your work for the day. It's extra, so it's not mandatory, but it is there for you. Okay, enrichment opportunities under Mr. Alt's class. Have a good one!